Hey everyone, this is Gavin with Punkypay. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a brief overview of the different things that you can do with Punkypay. The first thing you're going to have to do once you go to punkypay.com is, of course, log in. So I'll do that now. Once I've logged in, I'm going to be greeted with a list of transactions that I have made to someone else or someone else has made to me. I'm also going to be seeing two buttons over here, which I will explain in just a moment. So on this page here of the different transactions, you're able to click on one of these transactions and see the details about that transaction. Some of these details are really useful. So for instance, you can see a memo for what the transaction was. You can see some notes that the sender has added into the transaction, and the recipient can add in different notes. These notes fields are really useful because you can add in things such as a shipping address, a receipt for the transaction, or a purchase order. Back on the main page, let's go and say that I want to go and make a transaction. How exactly would I do that? The first thing that I would have to do is sign into a cryptocurrency exchange. So I can sign in with Coinbase and I can sign in with the Punkypay mailroom. In the future, there are going to be many other options here. As Coinbase is currently the only exchange where I can send money from, the Punkypay mailroom I can only receive money on, I'm going to click sign in with Coinbase. I'm going to press proceed. I'm going to allow access. And one thing I want to mention here is that you are only able to send a maximum of $10,000 per day. In the future, we're planning on allowing you to send much more money, but at the moment we can only do $10,000 per day, unfortunately. So anyways, I'm going to go and press allow access. Great. Now that I've signed in, I'm going to go and make a transaction to someone else. So I'm going to go hit this make transaction button. And I'm going to fill in the various details about the transaction that I want to make. So I'm going to go add in the recipient's email address. I'm going to add in the amount of USDC I wish to send. So I'm going to just say $1. I'm going to add in a short memo. This is for testing purposes. And any notes for this. So I'm just going to put down this is a test. Of course, if you were doing this in real life, you could put in much more detailed notes. Again, things like a purchase order, a receipt for the transaction, or maybe a shipping address. Now I'm going to go and press submit. And once I hit submit, I'm going to be prompted for a two-factor authentication code. So this code could be found on either an authenticator app like Google Authy, a text message, an email, or a security prompt. This all depends on the exact way that you have set up your account with Coinbase. So I'm going to go and enter in the two-factor authentication code now. And now that I've entered in the two-factor authentication code, I'm going to go and hit submit. Great. So the transaction that I have just created now appears on this menu. So I can go and click on it. And the transaction currently will be in a pending state. But in about 3 minutes, usually, it's going to go into a completed state. This transaction status will complete as long as the sender of the money stays signed in to Coinbase. Great. Now this transaction is on its way. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you all in another video.